final knock.
The office was silent, not the normal kind of quiet. No keyboards, no chatter, no phones ringing, just emptiness. Desks abandoned, chairs pushed in like no one planned to come back. And right in the middle of it all, my former boss, standing there, staring at a foreclosure notice taped to the glass wall of his own office. 30 days earlier, he had looked me in the eye and said, "You're replaceable." What he didn't realize was that I wasn't just an employee. I was the system. And when he fired me to make room for his incompetent son, he didn't just lose a worker. He started a countdown to his company's collapse. I worked at that company for 7 years. 7. Not just showing up and doing the bare minimum. I built things, systems, processes, client pipelines, automation tools, things no one else understood because no one else had to. That was my role, the fixer. Whenever something broke, they came to me. Whenever a client was about to walk, I saved the deal. Whenever numbers didn't add up, I made them make sense. And my boss, let's call him Mr. Khan. He loved to take credit for everything. Always walking into meetings like he was some visionary genius. But behind the scenes, he relied on me for everything. And he knew it, which is why what happened next still amazes me. Mr. Khan had one major weakness. His son, Armand, fresh out of university. No real experience, no discipline, but full of confidence. The dangerous kind. The kind that comes from never being told no. He started showing up at the office randomly, walking around like he already owned the place, interrupting meetings, questioning decisions he didn't understand. Once, during a client call, he literally said, "Why are we even doing it this way? It looks outdated." I muted my mic, took a deep breath, because the outdated system he was mocking was the only thing keeping that client paying 6 figures annually. But Mr. Khan just smiled, like a proud father. That's when I knew something was coming. It happened on a Tuesday. No warning, no build-up, just a message. Come to my office. I walked in, calm, focused, but something felt off. Mr. Khan didn't look at me right away. Armand was sitting there too, leaning back, smirking. That's when I knew. This wasn't a meeting. This was a setup. Mr. Khan finally spoke. "We've been reviewing company structure." I nodded slowly. "And we feel it's time for fresh energy, new ideas." Fresh energy. That phrase. It always means the same thing. Someone's about to get cut. Then he said it. "We're letting you go." Just like that. No appreciation, no acknowledgement. 7 years, reduced to one sentence. I didn't react immediately. I just looked at him, then at Armand. And that's when Armand spoke. "Big mistake. Honestly, your methods are kind of outdated anyway." Outdated. I felt something tighten in my chest. Not anger. Something colder. Clarity. In that moment, everything slowed down. All the late nights, all the problems I fixed, all the times I saved their reputation. And this was how it ended? Replaced. By someone who didn't even understand what we did. I could have argued. I could have fought. But instead, I smiled. Because something clicked. If they thought I was replaceable, then they clearly had no idea what I actually did. I packed my things quietly. No drama, no confrontation, just silence. But as I walked out, I paused, turned back, and said, "By the way, good luck with the Henderson contract." Mr. Khan frowned slightly. Armand looked confused. That contract? It was their biggest deal of the year. Multi-million, complex system integration. And one small detail, I was the only one who knew how the back end actually worked, because I built it from scratch. They didn't realize it yet, but they were about to. The first week, nothing happened. Second week, still quiet. Then, the email started. At first, just small issues, system delays, minor bugs. client confusion. Then it escalated. Fast. Armand had decided to improve the system. He removed key automation steps, changed workflows he didn't understand, ignored warning flags, and worst of all, he talked to clients like he was smarter than them. One client wrote, "We preferred working with your previous manager. He understood our needs." Another said, "Your current system changes are disrupting operations." Translation, you're messing things up badly.
If you've ever been underestimated, ignored, or replaced by someone completely unqualified, then this story is gonna hit deep. So go ahead, hit like, subscribe, and settle in. Because this isn't just revenge. This is a corporate demolition story.
Then came the real problem. The Henderson contract. Deadline, 10 days. Without my system, they couldn't deliver. Not even close. And Armand? He didn't even realize how deep the problem was until it was too late. My phone rang. Unknown number. I already knew who it was. I let it ring. Once, twice, 3 times. Then I answered. Silence for a second. Then Mr. Khan. His voice, different, not confident, not powerful, desperate. "We need to talk." I leaned back in my chair, smiled slightly, and said, "About what?" Pause. Then he said it. "We're willing to bring you back as a consultant." Consultant. After everything, I looked out the window, took a breath, and said calmly, "I'll think about it." But the truth, I had already made my decision. I wasn't going back, because while they were scrambling to fix their mistakes, I had already started something new, something better. And in just a few days, they were going to realize they didn't just lose an employee. They created their biggest competitor. 30 days. That's all it took. From being called replaceable to becoming the reason an entire company started falling apart. And while they were scrambling to fix what they broke, I was building something they could never recover from. That night, after the call, I sat in silence, laptop open, old files in front of me. Not company files, my files. The systems I built, the frameworks I designed, the workflows I created from nothing. Here's what most people don't understand. When you build something with your own mind, your own logic, that's not loyalty to a company. That's intellectual property. And I had been careful, very careful. Everything I created was built in modular form. My own templates, my own logic structures, legally separate. They had access, but they never owned the mind behind it. And now, they didn't even have access anymore. I didn't rush. I didn't panic. I built. Quietly, efficiently. A new brand, a new system, a new identity. From my couch. No office, no team, no noise. Just me and 7 years of experience they had just thrown away. And then I made the first move. I reached out to one person, the Henderson client. I didn't beg. I didn't pitch. I simply sent a message. If you're experiencing difficulties with your current provider, I'm available for independent consultation. That's it. No drama, no desperation, just confidence. They replied within hours. Can we talk today? That's when I knew. They weren't just frustrated. They were ready to leave. We got on a call. Same voice, same client. But this time, no pressure. No corporate filter. Just honesty. And within 5 minutes, they said something that confirmed everything. We didn't trust the company. We trusted you. That line? That was the entire foundation of their business. And they had just removed it. I didn't oversell. I didn't attack my old company. I simply explained what I could do. Clearly, calmly, professionally. And by the end of the call, they asked the question every business wants to hear. How fast can you take over? Here's where it gets interesting. Because I didn't steal anything. I gave them a better option. Legally, cleanly. And they chose it. Within 48 hours,
The Henderson contract was no longer theirs. It was mine. Their biggest deal of the year, gone, just like that.
That's when the cracks turned into fractures. Because Henderson wasn't just a client. They were a signal to every other client watching closely. And they were watching. Emails started circulating. Questions started being asked. Why did Henderson leave? Is everything okay? Who is handling our system now? And the worst part? Armand didn't have answers. He had confidence, but not answers. Week 3, more clients started pulling back. Not leaving yet, but hesitating. Delaying payments. Requesting changes. Demanding explanations. And inside the company, chaos. Meetings running late. Arguments behind closed doors. Employees whispering. Because when leadership starts to crack, everyone feels it.
My phone rang again. This time, I answered immediately. Mr. Khan didn't waste time. We'll pay you whatever you want. Not consultant anymore. Not temporary help. Now, it was desperation. I let him talk, listened as he explained the situation I already knew. Deadlines missed, clients unhappy, systems failing. Then I asked one question. Why didn't you think about this before firing me? Silence. Heavy silence. Then he said, we made a mistake. No, he didn't make a mistake. He made a decision. And now, he was living with it. I didn't raise my voice, didn't insult him, didn't get emotional. I just said, I'm not available. That's it. And before he could respond, I hung up. Because this wasn't about helping anymore. This was about consequences.
Now that I had Henderson, everything accelerated. Other clients reached out, quietly, curiously, and one by one, they followed. Not all of them, but enough. Enough to weaken the foundation. And in business, you don't need to destroy everything. Just remove the pillars. The rest collapses on its own. Then came the moment that sealed it. Armand decided to make a public statement. A post. Confident. Defensive. Trying to reassure clients. But instead, he blamed them. Blamed unrealistic expectations. Blamed outdated thinking. Even hinted that previous management, meaning me, had left things unstable. That was it. That one post destroyed whatever trust they had left. Because now it wasn't just failure, it was arrogance. Public arrogance.
Week 4, the bank stepped in. Loans reevaluated. Cash flow unstable. Contracts gone. Revenue dropping. And just like that, the company that took years to build started falling apart in weeks. Assets were listed. Equipment sold. Office emptied. And the same place I once worked in became just another failed business. I saw him one last time. Not in an office, not in a meeting, but outside a building, standing alone. No confidence, no power. Just a man who realized, too late. He looked at me, tried to speak, but didn't know what to say. So I said it for him. You thought I was replaceable. He nodded slowly, and for the first time, he didn't argue, didn't defend himself, just accepted it. Here's the truth.
Karma doesn't always come from nowhere. Sometimes it comes from the person you underestimated, the one you thought was too quiet, too loyal, too small to fight back. Because when you remove the foundation, you don't just weaken the structure, you guarantee the collapse. If this story gave you that satisfying feeling of justice, hit that like button and tell me in the comments, what would you have done in this situation? Would you help or let it burn? And don't forget to subscribe, because stories like this, they happen more often than you think.